Darwin Project. A game filled with nuances and fun where a single misstep can cost you everything. And yet, we've all had times where something bullshit has happened. What the fuck? You just hit me from miles away! Really? Is that really BS? I challenge you here to think about this, and we're gonna look into this in more detail now. Welcome to Icy's breakdown of the axe mechanics of Darwin Project, also known as Bowtime DP. I need a better name for that. Your axe isn't really the right size. The hitbox your axe interacts in is actually significantly larger than the size of the graphic displayed. This graphic displays how the hitbox around a player functions with the axe itself. When you're in game, try visualizing this around every player you come across. It will help greatly. So me being me, I managed to get a test dummy in to smack around. When running towards someone normally and hitting them, everything looks fine. You're looking straight at them, you're smacking them with your axe. Yeah, obviously they are close enough for me to hit. That makes sense. However, when you angle your camera down slightly, that's when everything becomes very, very clear. You are hitting them from miles away. So how does this reflect to when you're running away and that guy gets that hit and that shouldn't have happened because that is bullshit? Well, when you're running away, as players, we often angle our camera down. And if you're looking at this footage here, you can see that when you angle your camera down, the actual distance between you and the enemy player becomes very, very clear. It's all perspective. So knowing this really, really helps your gameplay. It means you can better visualize how far an enemy is going to swing when you have your camera angled down. You can clearly see the distances that are at work here. The big problem with the game right now is this information isn't made clear, which is why I thought I should bring this video to you guys as soon as possible to help you learn how the hitboxes work and get better at the game and beat up all those top players who think they're so great because they know the axe hitboxes. Well, now you do too! Beat their faces in!
Please note, Icy only condones violence in video games. Please do not seek them out in real life and beat their faces in. Thank you.
Another huge advantage of knowing this is you can actually calculate the axe's arc. Looking at this visual here, you can see how the axe will swing out in front of a player regularly. If at any point these points connect with your character model, that counts as a hit. However, knowing this also lets you duck and dive inside a player's sphere of influence to stop them from getting the hit and then spin around and smack them with one of your own. Really, really helpful for those close range fights. So that's the basic breakdown of the axes, a very, very short, brief look on how the axes work and how to use them properly. Having this information is exceptionally helpful to know and completely changes how the game is played. The reason the axe behaves like this is pretty obvious. It's to make the axe viable. If the axe had a hitbox the size of its current model, it really would be quite useless. The game would become a spam fest of arrows. Whoever has the most arrows wins, because the axe just would not be able to hit anyone. However, on the opposite flip side, if the axe was the actual size of the hitbox, we'd all be swinging around Reinhardt's hammer, which as cool as that is, kinda would look a little bit ridiculous, so you can understand why they didn't go for that. But even just knowing this information makes all the difference. Certainly made me play much better, and it lets me visualize that circle of influence around a player to avoid and swing in. So I hope this brief breakdown really helped you guys out. It certainly helped me out. Like, my gameplay is so much better now, it is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm less likely to call bullshit on hits, because I actually do know the reason, and I can understand why it's so frustrating for people who do know the reason to have people who don't know the reason calling them out for bullshit, when in fact it's just, you know, how the game is programmed. Knowing this should hopefully help you guys get in game better and get better, get good, as they say in the pro scene, and start beating up some of those pros who think they're so smart. So thank you guys so much for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know anything else about the game, any other tips, tricks, or any other tutorials, I can break them down for you. Maybe, I don't know, the bow's hitbox or the snowball's hitbox. There's a lot of stuff in this game that people are like, how did that happen? Who really need it to be explained to them. And there's a lot I do know, there's a lot I don't know, and I'm looking forward to experimenting with it and bringing the information to you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video, whatever I make. Bye-bye.